I'm pretty sure this is information that a lot of you have already heard. But for those of you who haven't, I want you to pay attention to this goddess as she explains what the birth certificate is and how it's actually used in a monetizable way to make money off of you. All right. And so, with that being said, man, I cannot confirm what is about to be said in this video, man. But as usual, I want you guys to use discernment when dealing with information like this. And let's go ahead and jump into this.
I'm still getting questions about the birth certificate, so go grab yours real quick and let's talk. Now, the reason why I want you to have it in your hand is because I'm about to point out some things that indicate certain things that you may not be aware of. First and foremost, your birth certificate is prima facie evidence that you have been defrauded and misclassified. It is proof of the fraud. Okay, so the first thing I want you to pay attention to is that the birth certificate is on bonded paper. Taja, what is bonded paper? What does that mean? Anything that's on bonded paper is a security instrument, which means that you can issue promissory notes against that, meaning that it's monetizable and you can make money off of it. So the next natural question is how are they making money off of my birth certificate? Well, the next thing I want you to look at is that it is signed by the registrar and it has an issue date. Now, y'all may not know this, but a registrar is an officer of a probate court. So what that is telling you is that your estate has been seized. The issue date is the date of the seizure, the day that you became a corporation or a legal fiction. Now, the time between when you were born and this issue.
Now, I want to remind everybody, right? This right here is her say so. This is all allegedly, right? Because I want y'all to do your research. I really my eyes are open. I really want y'all to go do your research, guys. All right. So there's so much proof out here with what she's saying and much more. I'm gonna show y'all a couple of videos. I'm gonna read an article, and let's break it down together. If y'all want to hop on a panel, let a Shorty know, and let's talk about it real quick. And Shorty's gonna end the live, but I wanted y'all to be aware of this. There's so many myths going on. Are they true? Are they false? Can we do what they're saying? Let's just watch the video.
Date, you were considered to be a municipal person. But then on the issue date, you were misclassified. That's what I mean by what I said at the beginning of this video. Okay, so the next natural question is, who the hell is doing this? You may also notice on your birth certificate, there are a lot of seals and emblems. Usually the seals or emblems will say state of state, either in capital letters or lowercase letters. Now, if you know what I know, a state of state is foreign to us, which means that there is some type of foreign entity who has staked claim onto my birth certificate. Okay, so let's put.
Now, first of all, you have to understand, when she said who is doing this, we know who's doing it. Okay, it's America. They're doing it. They're using it to pay a debt off, which is why you see these emblems and these seals on those certificates. That is the country or whoever it is staking claim to you as a form of payment for their debt. It's crazy.
Together. It's on bonded paper, which means that it's a security instrument and people are able to monetize off of it. Two, it's signed by the registrar, which means that it was at one point the estate was probated and seized. Three, the issue date says that I was misclassified from a municipal person to this legal fiction. And the seals and emblems tell me that it is a foreign entity who has come in and seized my estate, the state of states. Now, them putting their emblems and seals on your birth certificate is them staking claim to your property, them staking claim to your name. Okay, so the next thing you may know, everybody's birth certificate, but most people, your name will be in all capital letters. Now, according to the Bar Association manual, the Government Printing Office, Bureau of Engraving, Black Laws Dictionary, and the Chicago Manual of Style, the only thing that can be named using all capital letters are corporations or a dead man's estate or initials. So the next natural question is this a dead man's estate or is this a corporation? If it is your full name spelled out, let's just say John Allen Doe. If it's all the way spelled out, then that means that the seizure was taken upon your estate. Basically, you donated your estate to this franchise state of state foreign entity. So looking at your birth certificate, if your name.
I mean, in my opinion, I think we didn't donate nothing. We was forced to donate. I mean, I get where she's coming from, and I understand her perspective, but I didn't voluntarily donate nothing. But let's keep watching the video.
Name is in all capital letters and is spelled out first, middle, and last, meaning that if your name is John Allen Doe, that is exactly what it said, then the bonds have been issued against your estate, meaning your.
See, what I want you guys to understand is that by them, making your name caps, it creates a whole nother entity, which is how we get into the straw man theory. Okay, what they do is they create these caps to make a whole nother entity. Therefore, that entity that they created would then be a business or a corporation, which is why when you pass away, they call your body a corpse. Okay, so she's most definitely on point. This goddess is on point.
Estate was what was seized. However, if on your birth certificate it appears full first name, middle initial, full last name, meaning John A. Doe, then the bonds were issued against your public transmitting utility, meaning corporation. Both of these instances are presumed that you donated your estate or you donated your public transmitting utility to the state of state. So the appearance of the registrar's signature on your birth certificate is proof that there's an estate that exists, because they'll try to tell you a trust cannot exist without an estate. So it's the proof that the estate exists. It's proof that that estate has been probated, and the seals are proof of who did it. So boom, your birth date is proof of the event that actually happened, which was you being born. The reason why the issue date is a couple weeks later is because that is when they claimed you as their property. They did one of two things.
I want y'all to peep how she said they want to claim y'all as their property. So basically, we're slaves, free slaves somehow, right? As they say. And like I said, once again, this is all allegedly. And I'm saying allegedly because, so for those of you that are woke, like I don't know what y'all think. Y'all can leave your comments down below. How do y'all feel when it comes to the myths of the birth certificates? Do y'all believe that y'all can reclaim your birth certificate? Do y'all believe that we're slaves to the government? We belong, we're properties to somebody out there. There's a company, somebody own us, our name, everything, like y'all get where I'm coming from. Let's keep watching the video. Then I'll really give my perspective on this.
They deemed you or lost at sea. And
now, why I want you guys to go back and pay attention. Go back down the timeline and watch the video Words Are Spells. Okay. See, you have to understand when we talk about this spell of sleep that has been cast over the people, a part of that spell was the loss of us being able to understand what these words mean. Okay. And this is why you have to, understand what she's saying is so important. What she said, because you were considered to be a dead man and you were lost at sea. Go back down. I don't have time to get to that video, but please go back down the timeline if you want to fully understand what she's saying and watch the video called Words Are Spelled.
Seized your estate, or they created a public transmitting utility in your name. Either way, it doesn't matter. You arrived first, and at some point, again, between that birth certificate and that issue date, you were considered to be a municipal person. So you were misrepresented by your mother. Being that you were here first, it is your right to come forward and say that there has been a mistake made on your behalf. Anytime a mistake is made on your behalf, you can come forward and correct that mistake. That is your right. So just to recap, the birth certificate is evidence that fraud has been committed against you. And that was through the non-disclosure to your mother, because if you watch my other videos, I talked about contracts. A contract needs consideration, acceptance, and offer, and full disclosure. If they don't give you full disclosure, then the contract is null and void. It's also proof that they attempted to contract through an unconscionable contract, meaning they're trying to contract with an infant. An unconscionable contract is just a contract that you are not aware of. So you want to get it authenticated because you want someone in their system at each level, their highest notary, to identify that the signature is correct. Because through identifying that that signature by that registrar is correct, you are then having three people in their system confirm their fraud. Okay, love you, bye.
What's so sick about this whole situation is how the government that we've put so much trust in, that we think that's leading us to greatness, is taking advantage of our lack of knowledge. See, we have to understand that the system is set up to benefit them in every way. Every way. Okay? So if you still trust in the government at this point, I truly believe that, one, you just completely lost. But most importantly, there's nothing that anyone can do for you. Right now, it's too much information that's coming forward, and I love it. I love the fact that there's so many people stepping up to give us this information, right, that we don't know. Because it's mandatory. We need this. It's time for us to start to wake up, man. And with that being said, man, I just want to leave you guys as I can. I want you guys to always be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. And as always, peace, family. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Ashay.
It's four of us. It's one of him.